Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Tips for Dummies. Today we will be troubleshooting a slow toilet, a slow flush. They've been complaining about the flushing going too slow. Right now it went pretty fast, but if I put paper and stuff, it gets stuck. So right now the water is flushing pretty good, but they've been complaining that it gets stuck. You can see way in the bottom, all brown and dirty, and it's not that it's dirty, it's just amount of times they've been throwing the snake trying to get this thing to flush good. Now there is a way to find out if there is a top that is not letting enough water to go down, or if it's the bottom that is stuck. And what you do is you throw a container full of water and you let it in just like that, just like I'm gonna show you. Alright, so I got the container and you throw the water. Alright, and if it goes slow, that means that the problem is down there, something is stuck. If it goes fast, that means that the problem is on top. Right now the problem is going fast, but it gets stuck. So what it means is that it probably has something inside stuck, like a pen or a straw or a string, a needle. I don't know, people dumps on this stuff, a lot of stuff that you wouldn't believe. So the only way to find out what it is just to remove the toilet and find out what the problem is. All right, so let's get started. So for this task, I'm gonna recommend you to have a bunch of towels, because you're gonna throw water. It is gonna spill water, there's no doubt about it. Now if you have a wood floor or something that you don't want to get wet, but then go to the nearest hardware store, and some of them they sell this powder that you can throw it inside the water there and it becomes a gel, like some kind of gel, and then you won't spill the water. However, I don't know if that toilet can be reused or not. So the first thing we do is that we're gonna cut off the main water for the toilet, and we just gonna let all that water go. Hold the leveler up, and then the rest of the water you might want to take it with a little container or glass or something like that. All right, this is just so that way you make the least spill of water possible. Okay. Okay, so right now you see me taking all the water out as much as possible, so that way you don't make a mess. Alright, so the next step is to remove the water line from the tank. Sometimes you can do this by hand. If not, just grab a piece of pliers and get it off the way. Yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of spill of water. You remove it. Alright, then dry it off with the towel. Let's continue with the next step. So the next thing is to remove the bolts, the nut, I'm sorry. So you grab your crescent wrench and start taking it off. Sometimes it gets hard because they get rusted. So sometimes you can grab it with the pliers in here and keep on going, or sometimes you have to just cut them off. Depends. So I'm gonna try to hold the bolt. So most likely I'm gonna have to cut this thing off. So I'm gonna try to get the other side. Let's see if the other side is different. Okay, it's so rusted that those pliers, it's just not working. So I'm gonna use this. No, it's both the same. It's all rusted. You can see how this thing is just coming apart. So I'm gonna have to probably cut them off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get rid of the washer and the plastic ring, so that way I have space to cut the bolt, just like that. Now I have space to cut the bolt. It's rusted and nasty. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. And let's see what happened, okay? Let's cut them off. You can do this with this or with an electronic. I just want to show you how to do it with a handsaw in case you don't have electronic. I'm just gonna hold it with one of the pliers, and I'm just gonna cut them off. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but with patience, you'll get it. Once you cut it a little bit, you can bend this thing, and bingo, we got it off. It was easy, right? So now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, all right? So now that we have the bolts out and cut, like I show you, if you have silicone, you might want to remove it for easy removal. Alright, all you have to do is get a putty knife and get it. This is not hard at all. Alright, so I got the whole thing out. Now I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna show you from there, from those there. I'm gonna put my hands and I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull the toilet up. There you go. And alright, to begin with, it is kind of nasty, but it's just a fact. The wax, it was not doing a good seal. You can see all the mess. That's one thing, a good thing that we remove it. Now we're gonna completely remove it and see what's going on the bottom. Okay, so I laid the toilet on one side. I don't know if the camera can capture, but there is water. There is water, so I'm gonna put a towel there. And it's time to investigate what's stuck on the bottom, if there is. And sure enough, I can see there's something there. It's kind of nasty. There is definitely something stuck there, and it seems like if there is a needle or something plastic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it out, take it with the water hose and clean it before I touch it or do something else. You can see that there's something there. I don't know what it is. I don't want to touch it right now, but it's stuck right in between the mouth, and that's what it was preventing. If it moves, if you put the snake and you move it, it goes easily, and but then over the time it moves back again, and it gets stuck again. So this is very usual in hotels, and sometimes when you have kids, they throw pens and stuff like that. In this case, it seems like if it's a needle, stupid people trying to throw needles in there. It's unbelievable. But anyway, let's get this done. So I brought a dolly, which I'm gonna put it there and take it outside and clean all that with water and, you know, kind of clean that mess. It's kind of nasty. All right, so let's get it done. I'm gonna convert this into this dolly into a little cart and put it up. Yep. This is what happens when there's only one person. It's not easy. But it's alright. We'll get it done. Alright, so we got it on top of the dolly. We're gonna take it out there, clean, and get that stuff out. Alright? Let's do it. So I got the toilet down. Okay, you still can see the mess right there. That with the paper is the object. We're gonna find out for sure what it is. I just want to remove a little bit of dirty or the poop, and that's why we got this water hose. I'm just gonna clean it a little bit. All right, now I can see what it is now clearly, with the water that I moved. I can tell that it is a needle. It is a needle. So I'm gonna use my pliers to take it off. It's gonna be a little bit nasty, guys. If you're sensitive, don't watch this. But I wanna see it. I wanna show you clearly what it is, how to fix it. So I grabbed it with my pliers and pull it out. All right. Some stupid person got this inside. Nasty. Now that I got the needle out, I'm just gonna keep cleaning with. Till everything comes out. I'm gonna throw that away in the trash in a little bit to clean the needle. I just want to make sure the toilet is completely clean. Now that you got everything up, you can stand it up and keep cleaning it, alright? So now that I have the toilet out, I'm going to take the opportunity to clean it on the inside. The tank has a lot of slime built up. I'm not going to clean it. Clean the toilet all over. Once I put it on the dolly, I'm just gonna give it another wash. All right. I'm gonna clean this one more time. While the toilet is completely clean, alright, that's good enough. We clean the inside, outside, everything is clean, so it's time to put it back. Alright. Alright guys, so it's time to clean all this mess. And what I do is that I take a putty knife and start removing all the stuff. It's nasty. I don't really know what it is. It's just part of wax. I don't know. The wax seems to be in really bad condition. It smells like mud. Also with the same putty knife, you can remove the old wax ring, put it in the trash, and keep cleaning. Alright. Also, you have to remove the old bolts from there. And this is how you remove them. Somebody put that metal ring wrong. That's not the right way. They're supposed to be bolted, and it's not. So I have to take care of problems, other people's problems. Okay. So I brought a wet towel. I'm just gonna clean the rest. Okay. Like I telling you, this ring, somebody put a metal ring in here without any bolts. That's a no-no. That's you don't do that. That metal ring has to be bolted onto the concrete. I had another video of doing this, but I'm gonna show it on this video too. All right. So I'm gonna get ready for the bolts. Alright guys, so for the concrete bolts, we're gonna use this Tapcon concrete anchors, 1/4 by 2 and 3/4. These will require a 3/16 multi-purpose drill bit made for concrete or tile. It's not any regular, and so we're gonna do a 3/16, and we're gonna start with the first hole. All right. All right. Okay. So I think it's deep enough. We pretty much have to measure the distance. Now, with your fingers, just, yeah, I think it's good enough. Just make sure it's deep enough so that way the bolt can penetrate and go all the way in, otherwise. Alright, so now we're gonna put the concrete bolt in there. A little bit hard to go in. They're too long of a bolt. I usually use a little bit shorter because of that. So I'm going to try to make the hole a little bit bigger. That should be it. Don't reuse this one because alright. So let's see if this one let's get in there. Okay, yeah, they're pretty tight. Oh yeah, really tight. Alright, so let's get to the next hole. Alright. Okay guys, so I did a little change. I purchased a little shorter bowl. This is too long to get it in the concrete. You're gonna have a lot of problems. They don't have to be that long. So I just ran to the store and purchased the correct one, which is, in this case, is only a 1 3/4 length. I'm gonna, so I'm gonna put in the bowl, right, and I'm gonna make the hole for the other ones. Okay, well, unfortunately on this one, since it was already too big, it's not gonna catch. So I'm gonna have to put the original one back. Sorry guys. Have to do the work right. So I'm gonna put a new one of the long ones. I'm gonna have to make it. What I'm doing, I'm taking the dust, trying to take the dust out, because that's what's preventing me from putting the bolt. There you go. Now I got it. All right, so let's continue with the other ones. Once the debris is out, we're ready to put the other bolt. And we're pretty sure the small one in this case, okay? There you go. Nice tight seal. And we continue with the other one, which is somewhere around here. I can see it because of the mess. Just gotta hit it off. Right here. Put the bolt. I got it. Now the ring is pretty tight, and you know, that's the way it's supposed to be. This is a very old pipe, very old, so I'm just gonna get the lead, because this one has lead, back on, and the wax ring is gonna do the rest to do a tight seal. And for that I purchased a extra thick wax. It's reinforced and that's extra thick for better seal. All right, so let's get that part done. All right, so we already got everything clean and everything, so let's do it. All right guys, so let's get to the next step. We're gonna pull the wax, and it comes with these very long bolts. Well, in this case, this one. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna grab the bolts, and we're gonna grab the plastic washers. The plastic washers, and this is what we're gonna do next. Okay. We are going to stick the bolt where it belongs. It has a slot, so that way you can put it in and bring it more or less where you want the toilet to be sit. And it's the same thing for the other side. All right. So So more or less that's where it belongs. Now you're gonna put the plastic washers. You're gonna set it all the way. That's so that way you can keep the bolt up. All right. So we got it there. Now we gotta put the wax ring on the toilet itself. The way to do that is by how I do it. I just bring it like that up. All right, first you gotta take the wax ring off the plastic, and this is how you do it. You just pull the plastic. Now we're gonna bring this up. You're gonna stick the wax ring, press it as hard as you can. All right. Now we have to bring the toilet and match the holes. All right. So what we did is that we matched the holes. Okay. I have to clean this out. And now we're ready to put the metal washer. I'm gonna put the metal washer and then the bolt. Same thing on both sides, okay? All right, and same thing on both sides. So I'll get back to you. So they are extremely long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it shorter. Once you're halfway, all you have to do is grab your pliers and cut them up. Once you have it the size you want, well, then you're ready to tighten it. So we have a pretty good metal ring it can hold. Now it's not gonna move, and you can put it tight. And same thing to the other side, all right? Now we're ready to put the water inlet. You don't have to be extremely tight. Just tight it with your hand. And bingo, we got it. All we have to do is turn the water on. We're gonna check for leaks. Water is filling up. We're gonna throw paper. wait until it fills the line. It's there, and we're gonna flush it. Nice, beautiful flush. Check for water leaks. There's none. That means you got a pretty good seal tight. And this is a well done job. This is it. Just in case if you have kids, they drop something like a pen, straws, they always get stuck basically in the same part, which is the mouth of the exit. Okay, so this is it. It's done. See you on the next Tips for Dummies.